I want to find out the moment of inertia about this x axis, so how many sections are there first of all? So we need to divide I section into number of given sections. So see here, first of all, I am having, where it is, where it is. Yes, here it is. Now, first of all, I am going to find out moment of inertia of individual sections. So if I want to find out the moment of inertia for total I section means how many sections are there, I have to divide first of all. So this is unequal I section. This is unequal I section. Unequal I section means, so the top and bottom flanges are not having equal dimensions. Not having equal dimensions. Equal dimensions. Equal dimensions. See here, this is a top flange. This is the bottom flange. So these are not having equal dimensions. Equal dimensions are nothing but not equal in area, not equal in sizes. So that's only we need to divide it. Or otherwise, if you are not having equal or unequal, that doesn't matter. But if you go for dividing it to vertical means you have to draw vertical lines. Vertical means how many portions will be there? First portion, and from here to here it is the second portion, and this is third portion, and this fourth portion, fifth portion. It means five rectangles we are going to get. Five rectangles we are going to get, and we have to find out the five moment of inertia individually about its central axis, xx, or otherwise y, xx, or otherwise y. So it is very difficult, computation procedure or computation time or calculation time is very high for this. Okay. So in order to reduce the computation time, you need to select the axis which is going to divide the given section into small number of divisions. Small number of division means, so same I section I am going to take. Same I section I am going to take. So how to divide this means? So by drawing horizontal lines, dividing I section into three sections. And now see here, this is the first rectangle, this is second rectangle, and this is third rectangle. Or otherwise, you can go for giving the numbers from bottom to top or top to bottom. There is no difference between giving the numbers. So 1, 2, 3. So three sections are there, but here we got five divisions, five sections by dividing vertically. So then every time you need to select requirement of the problem. So this problem, I section requirement, due to the orientation of this problem, only if you draw the horizontal only, you are going to get the number of divisions will be 3. So there I will go for finding out the moment of inertia for those sections only. It means first section moment of inertia Ixx1, Ixx2 plus Ixx3 only for three sections only. Only for three sections only. And also moment of inertia for I which is equal I1 y1 plus I2 plus I y3. So like that I need to find out moment of inertia about its centroidal axes. One is about x axis, one is about y axis. But you have to observe very clearly that if the centroid of this particular thing, if the centroid of this particular I section, see here, this is wrong. It means it is not wrong, it is correct only. The computation procedure will be large. So that's only we are not going to select here. So we will go for selecting here. Even though if you solve the problem for five sections also, you are going to get the same value for moment of inertia about x and y axis, about central axis, x and y. Okay, but see here for this, you see very clearly that centroid will be located here only, na? So we are going to assume that. So centroid location. So and afterwards you are going to draw moment of central axis, that is here xx and y. So this total entire I section is symmetrical about which axis? Symmetrical means it should have to give the exact geometry by dividing a axis. By dividing a axis, an axis which is going to divide a given section into two similar sections. So only y axis is going to be only y axis is going to be give your same section, that is your here. So this axis is going to be create your total entire I section into two halves. But if you take about about x axis means this portion is not equal to this portion. Okay, that's only we are not going to get the exact geometry. So x axis is not going to be called as a moment of axis of symmetry. So that's only so this I section so symmetrical about y axis. So if it is symmetrical about y axis means x centroid will be zero. X centroid will be zero. X centroid will be zero. So then I will go for finding out the y coordinates only. Y coordinates only. So for that purpose, I need to go for location of centroid. Y centroid. So first of all, I have to go for finding out the centroid. Centroid location. So that is y. So y bar is equal to how much it is? A1 y1. How many sections are there? Plus A2 y2. Three sections are there. Okay, three areas A3 y3 and three y coordinates. Only y coordinate I am going to take. Why? Because it is symmetrical y axis. It means x centroid will be zero. So summation of area 1 plus area 2 plus area 3. Area 3. Therefore, so y bar is equal to area first section. So I have divided it into three rectangle section. So area first one is this one. So 20 by 100. So if you want to exact visibility, so I will clear all these things. I will clear all these things. I will clear all these things. Okay. Wait a minute. Yes. Okay. Now this is your first section. So first section is this one. So first rectangular section, and this is your second rectangular section, and this is your third rectangular section. You know the exact dimensions of so top flange and bottom flange. So area of first section is how much? So see here, area of first section which is equal to 100 into 20. So which is going to give 20,000. 20. So 2,000. 2,000. Area of second section is how much? Area of second section. Second section is your web. So web is having 100. 100 by 120 by 20. So 120 by 20. So 120. This is your 120. So 120 into 20. So 2,400 we are going to get. So actually these are in, don't forget in writing the mm squares. Mm squares. So A3. So A3 value is how much? So that is a top flange which is having 80 by 20. So 80 into 20. So 600. So 600 mm square. These are the total areas. But what about the y1? So y1 is the distance. So for first section, we are going to draw individual central axis. Individual central axis. So this is your y1. This is your y1. Or otherwise, I will draw largely. I will draw the figure. I will draw the figure. Or suppose assume this one. So this is your 80 and this is your 20 and this is your 120 and this is your 20. Wave thickness is 20 and this is your 20 and this is 20 and this is your how much? It is 100 by 20, 120 by 20 and also 80 by 20. Yes. So here central of first section is here. So central of second section will be here. So central of third section will be here. How we are going to get? By drawing diagonals. By drawing diagonals. Keep remember, I am not always. So by drawing horizontal lines, I have divided into three sections. So by diagonals, okay. So see here, this is your y1. Okay. And from here, from the base, it is by2. By2 is nothing but center for second one. Center and distance for second one. So for third one, if you draw, so this is your third one, by3. By 3. So y1 is equal to how much? It is 20 divided by 2. So that is your 20 divided by 2, which is equal to 10. And y2 is equal to how much? Y2 is equal to, so it is a second rectangular section. No? So you have to move from the origin, from here to here, how much? It is 20. So 20 plus half of your height of the second rectangle. So 20 plus half of your height of the second rectangle. So height is how much? 120, which is equal to this 260 is a 120. 20 plus 60, 80 mm. So second one is 80 mm. Now third y3. So y3 is equal to how much? So from the base, it is going to get the distance from here. So 20 plus 120 plus 20 divided by 2, half of this one. For third section, it is height divided by 2, no? So that's only 20 plus 120 is how much? 140 plus 20 divided by 2, so which is equal to 10. So 140 plus 10, 150. 150 mm. Now it is very easy to find out. So centroid, so A1 Y1, which is equal to A1 Y1 is how much? 10 plus A2 is equal to, it is equal to 2400. Y2 is how much? Y2 is your value of 80 plus A3 is how much? So 600 into Y3 is how much? 150. So divided by, if you add total all rectangular areas, so that is 2000 plus 2400 plus 600. So 2400 plus 600, 3000 plus 200, 2500, 5000. So you are going to get this as 5000. 5000. So total entire thing. Yes, if you give me some time, I will calculate and tell you. 2000 into 10 plus 2400 into 80 plus 600 into 150 divided by how much? 5000. If you calculate, you are going to get exactly 60.4. 60.4. I think, is it correct? 75.33 you are going to get. 75.33 means where we have done mistakes. So see here, 600, 100 by 20, 100 by 20. So this is 100 by 20. Width is 120 by 20. Bottom flange 100 by 20, and this is 80 by 20. So 80 by 20. Wait a minute. 2000 is the area for top flange. Top flange is your 80 by 20. Okay, bottom flange is okay. So area of 1. Okay, so you will do this thing. This one is your how much? Area 1 is how much we are going to get? I think we have done some mistake here, so we will check it. 80 by 20. This is 100 by 20, and this is how much it is? It is 120 by 20. Okay, it is how much? 20 by 80. Okay, from here to here it is. So area 1 is, I think, correct only. So see here, 100 by 20, 2000 is the area. Okay, this is correct. 120 by 2. 120 into 2, how much? 2400, correct only. So this is area of this particular section is web only, na? So web 120 divided by 120 by 2. Okay, this is correct. And whatever the area 3 is nothing but your 80 by 20. So this is 1600, sorry. So this is 1600. So this one, it is also 1600. So 1600 you have to put. 1600 you have to put. So 2000 into 10 plus 2400 into 80 plus 1600 into 150. Divided how much? 5000. divided by 5000 is equal to exactly 1600. So how much you are going to get? 2000 into 10. A1 Y1. Yes, A2 Y2. A2 is your 2400 into Y2 is your 20 plus 60 80. Right, correct only. 20 plus 60 80 and Y3. So 20 plus 120 140 plus that is half 150. So exactly you are going to get how much is the value? So 2000 into 10, 2400 into 80, 2400 into 80 plus 1600. 1600. 80 into 20. 80 into 20. 80 into 20. How much it is? 1600. So 1600 into 150 is what? 150 is my A3 Y3. So A3 is nothing but I3. Okay. So this total entire thing, I'm going to get the value of 2000. Once again, I will calculate. Don't worry. 2000 into 10 plus 2400 into 80 plus 1600 into 150. Okay. Am I doing any mistake here while doing the calculations? So once again, you will check it. So here, this is also 1600, no? So this is also 1600 in the areas. In the areas, you have to. So this is also 1600, no? So 1600 plus 2400, how much? So 2000, 3000, and 4000, and divided by 6000. So divided by 6000. This is your 6000. 6000, not a 5000, it's 6000. Now we will get total entire value. So 6000. How much now? Exactly 75.33 you are going to get. So Y bar value you are going to get as 75.33. So 75.33. So don't do any mistake while doing calculations. Be very careful. So now only I got some problem related to this. So see here, exactly you are going to get 75.33 as your centered value. So why we are going to find out centered value means, so they are going to find out that moment of inertia about central axis. So here I need to assume that, so this is 20 plus, where is the central location? So from here to here, so 20 plus 60, 80. So 80 means the central axis will be presented here. The central axis will be present here. So central axis will be here. Central axis will be here. Why? Because from here to here, it should be 75.33. 75.33. So after finding out the centroidal value, so centered value. So from this one, we have to find out, in order to find out moment of inertia about central axis of I section. So now starting for section of I. So I section. So go for finding out the moment of inertia. In order to find out moment of inertia, we need each and every perpendicular distances between these. So why? Because see here, we know this is the central axis. Okay, so from here to here, whatever the hy1 is there, this hy1 is this xx is the total centered of the xx. This xx is the total centered axis of your I section. Okay, so for about this I section central axis, we are finding total moment of inertia for I section. But individually, I am going to find out from the parallel axis theorem, so whatever the perpendicular distance between these two axes is there. So those two axes are per individual section to your whole section. So that distance is equal to h by 1. The distance is equal to h1, h by 1. So if you are really want to see, I will go for drawing this section. So see here. Hmm. Wait a minute. So I am going to draw. So this is the last class for your moment of inertia. That's why then I am going slowly. So see each and every centered for individual sections I am going to present here. So this is the individual section. This section centroid and this section also centroid. So centroid through centroid I am going to pass through the central axis. Central axis that is G1. So this is G2 and this is G3. Okay. So I will draw right. So this is G3, G3 axis, G3. So I need total moment of inertia. I am having total moment of inertia about the central axis. Where is my centroid here? So here my centroid location will be there. So why I am going to locate at that particular point means so from the base axis it is going to be give the centroid as 75.33 where we got from here. Okay, but I need to find out. So this I section centroid I am going to this I section centroid I am going to find out now. This I section centroid I am going to find out now. So this I section centroid I am going to find out now. That is your the total thing. So this is your x axis. This is your total central axis. Total central axis for I section. So for individually, whatever the distance is there for first section, this is first section central axis. So this is second section central axis. So this one. So this is third section central axis. Okay, so for individually I have to find out the perpendicular distances. This is perpendicular distance is h by 1. Okay, and also the distance between these two axes, it means for second central axis to the total central axis, this is h by 2. So from here to here, from here to here, this is h by 3, h by 3. So how to find out these values? How to find out these values? So if you clearly observe, this is your y bar, So from this y bar, if you are going to subtract uh, this one, if you're going to subtract this y1 centroid for first section, so if you do y bar, the total centroid of that minus, if you subtract the first section centroid, that will be equal to h by 1, h by 1. Is it okay? Okay, now in order to find out h by 2, so how to find out this h by 2 value? This h by 2 value. So this h by 2 value, if I am going to subtract from y2, so y2 is nothing but so centered first. So this is centered for second rectangular section. No? So this y2. So if you subtract from y2 minus y bar, y2 minus y bar. So this is your y bar. So this is your y bar. Y bar means total centroid. Y bar means total centroid. So y2 minus y bar. So second section centroid minus your total centroid. You are going to get h by 2 values. H by 2 values. Next for third section. So from here to here h by 3 will be there. So in order to get h by 3 value, so you have to subtract from the y3. So y3 is nothing but from here to sorry, from here, from where? So from the central axis of third section, from here to here, you know the y3 value. So from y3, if you subtract y bar, If you subtract y bar, so this y bar if you subtract, you are going to get hy3 value. So all perpendicular distance between parallel axes are we have find out as hy1, hy2, hy3. So my hy1 value is hy1 value which is equal to y bar is nothing but my centroid, that is minus y1. Y1 is first section centroid. Okay, so hy2 value is how much? So if you clearly observe, 80 is my total second section centroid value. Second section centroid value minus total centroid of I section, which is going to give 4.67. Okay, why I am going to find out means in order to apply parallel axis theorem about the centroidal axis, and I am going to find out here. So that's only hy3 is equal to how much? So it is y3 our value is 150 as we have found out here. So y3 value is there 150. So y3 or 150 y3 minus y bar. So that is nothing but 75.33. So after getting these values, after getting these values, so after getting these values, so see here, what is my ultimate aim? My ultimate aim is to find out the individual section centroid, no, about the central axis. So IXS1 is your centroidal moment of inertia about for first section, central moment of inertia for first section, that is equal to centroidal axis plus area of that first section into hy1 whole square. So hy1 is nothing but it is the distance between those two parallel axes for first section. So which is equal to central moment of inertia is how much? B d cube by 12. B d cube by 12 plus area of that first one into hy1 whole square. Is it okay? So for IXX2 also, IG2 central moment of inertia of second section plus area of that second section into h by 2 is the distance between those two parallel axes, which is equal to b2 d2 whole cube divided by 12 plus area of that into h by 2 whole square. Okay, now ixx3 which is equal to moment of inertia about its own central axis for third section into area 3 h by 3 whole square. So this xx are the base moment of inertia. Base moment of inertia. Okay, base moment of inertia. So if you do it individually, you are going to get IXX1 value as this one, IXX2 is this one, IXX3 is this one. Okay, now moment of inertia about total xx axis, that is your base axis, which is equal to whatever the base axis moment of inertia IXX1 plus IXX2. So add those total values, you are going to get 509 into 10 power 6. So this is the total moment of inertia about the xx axis, which is equal to 20.509 into 10 power 6. Like this you have to find out. So always my total or what I am trying to say is Iyy is equal to, see here, total Iy1 plus Iyy2 plus Iyy3. So which is equal to how much? Iyy2 plus Iyy3. This is equal to how much? How much means? So you will get something. Okay. So distance from the composite section. So see here. What I am trying to say is, for any composite section, for any composite section, see here, for any composite section problem. So you have to find out first of all centroid, that is x bar comma y bar. If that composite section is symmetrical about particular axis, means you have to you are going to get 0. So about other axis, if it is symmetrical about y axis, means x centroid will be 0. So there is no need to find out x centroid. Okay, if it is symmetrical about x axis, means you have no need to find out y centroid. Why? Because they are symmetrical, means their centroid value should be 0. The centroid will be 0. So this total entire thing, so you will get the value of 26.26 into 10 to 4 into 10. So this pi value will be 26 into 10 power 5 mm power 4 mm power 4. So like this you have to find out. So what I have done is I have individually find out the area first of all base axis, and afterwards find out total moment of inertia about x axis and y axis respectively. So like this you have to find out. So first of all centroid we got, and afterwards from the centroid each and every perpendicular distance between those two parallel axes I have found out, and afterwards in order to find out the base centroidal moment of inertia. So from Iy and Ix I have found out that by adding these total things. By adding these total things. If it is the base moment of inertia about x-axis you have to take. But if they are going to ask only a central moment of inertia means only you will go for B1 D1 whole cube by 12 plus B2 D2 whole cube by 12. It is only central moment of inertia B2 D2 whole cube by 12 plus D3, D3. It is very easy. If they are asking total not about the base means only central means only you have to find out these only. So Ig1, Ig2, Ig3. There is no finding of Hy1, Hy2 and Hy3 values. There is no need to find out. Only these values only you have to add. And B3 is the whole cube. And if you add these total entire things, you will get the value of Gx. It is central axis. Total central axis of I section. If it is about Ig by means Igy1, it means D1 B1 whole cube by 12 plus D2 B2 whole cube by 12 plus D3 B3 whole cube by 12. D3 B3 whole cube by 12. If they are asking about central axis. So in the given problem, if it is about the base axis, so this is the case you have to solve. If they are asking about the only central axis means you have to add these two things and you have to eliminate Hy1, Hy2, Hy3 values. Okay, so then you will get the total central axis Igx is equal to Igx1 plus Igx2 plus Igx3, and Igy is equal to Igy1 plus Igy2 plus Igy3. So that is D1 B1 whole cube 12, D2 B2 whole cube. So this is for this one, and this is for this one. Okay, you will get the values respectively. So this is total area moment of inertia. So we will go for solving mass moment of inertia from the next class onwards. Okay. So meanwhile, what I am trying to do is I am going to conduct exam on second unit and third unit, but up to where we have completed that tomorrow. So tomorrow that will be considered as your assignment. Okay. So every detail I have discussed with some yours here. I think Dikshita. So Dikshita, I have informed to her. So there is a examination will be there. So you will expect 10 questions. In those 10 questions, multiple choice questions only there, and I will give number of problems. I will give the question and also options. You have to try to solve that. There is no limited time, so only tomorrow only you have to submit. Entire time you will take. Any time you will take. Whether you are going to take 2 hours, 3 hours, no problem. But I will give 10 questions. You have to solve it and post it to me. Or otherwise, I will give a Google form. You will fill up the Google form. Okay. So thank you very much. If anybody having any doubts, I will answer. Sir, sir, at denominator you have written 600. Yes. I found it. No problem. Yes. I got it. A1 plus A2 plus A3 6,000. Okay. I have seen. Okay. So please be very careful while going for taking entire values A1 plus A2 plus A3. So you need some attention. So sometimes it will happen. So thank you. We got it. I got it. Okay. Anybody having any questions, please? Or we will wind up the section. If anybody is not having any questions.